Howdy, and welcome to the Texas Bucket List, where we like soaking in the suds all over the Lone Star State. My name is Shane McAuliffe, and did you know that Texas is home to over 300 breweries? Each one of these manufacturers of malt beverages varies in size, but one of the smallest and oldest you can find down on South Padre Island. Whenever you're down on South Padre Island, sipping on some sort of tropical drink or taking a bucket of your favorite Texas beer down to the beach might be the first libations that come to mind. But if you want to try something local, all you have to do is head over to the Padre Island Brewing Company for some incredible island ale.
There's not many places to get fresh beer, so this is the one of those places.
It's great to have somebody that's brewing it right here.
This is the best beer on the island.
Before we got to sipping on the suds, we found the owner of Padre Island Brewing Company.
Mark Hagen Miller.
Sound like you need to be brewing beer with that name.
Right. I was born with the right last name for making beer.
Mark made his way to Texas from Minnesota in the mid-90s when brew pubs were finally legalized in our state, opening the door to new business.
A friend of mine that lived in Harlingen called me up and told me that the legislation was getting ready to go through for these small breweries to happen, and I helped him write a business plan, and that turned into a job offer, and that was 26 years ago. I'm still here.
His passion for making the perfect Pilsner or one-of-a-kind Kolsch came from a lifetime of being around brewing.
Well, my dad worked for one of the big national breweries up in Minnesota, and when I was a little kid, I'd sometimes get to go visit him at work, and I was blown away, from the start at how interesting the process was, the smells, the sounds. It really, took at a young age.
Considered the second oldest brew pub in the state, the Padre Island Brewing Company is technically one of the oldest breweries in Texas and the first in the Rio Grande Valley. What's it like being the old guy on the block?
That's what I am. It certainly is refreshing to see, a new generation come up with the same appreciation. The craft beer industry, wasn't just a fad, and then it, took root, and we're seeing, new generations opening, breweries. So it's really neat to see.
Padre Island Brewing Company is by no means a massive brewery. All Mark has to work with, you can see right behind the bar. That's the whole brewery right there.
That's it, and that's part of the reason we don't have much of a production facility here other than, doing in-house beers, is because we kind of out of room.
I know the island is a tight spot, but this might take the cake for tight spots on the island, Mark.
This is a tight spot.
People are sitting there enjoying your beer while staring at you, working.
Right. It's kind of unnerving because it's a noisy process with pumps running, and it's hot in here with, kettles, steam rolling. But I think overall it's an attraction for people to see it up close like that instead of having to schedule a tour and, come in and see something, that's been prepared. This is more, off the cuff. They're like, hey, look at the guy back there. So
He looks like he's working hard.
yeah,
I'm just going to sit here and drink my beer.
exactly.
Thanks to the small-scale workspace, Mark can only make 5 beers at a time. But those beers are thought-through flavors that change with the season. Well, this is a nice flight. It's good you only make 5 beers because I don't think I could drink any more than 5 after this.
Right? This is our Pelagic Porter, our Tidal Wave Wheat, Padre Island Pale Ale, South Padre Island Blonde, and Speckled Trout Stout.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Mark started us off with the lightest beer in the house, the Blonde. Oh, that's good for the island.
Yeah, it's refreshing, it's light.
That's delicious.
It's just more fresh, right off the tap.
Next up is the Tidal Wave Wheat. So are you an orange in your wheat beer kind of guy or a lemon in your wheat beer kind of guy? Or no citrus?
Lemon is what is traditionally served with like a Bavarian wheat, but I think, that is just something that's gonna make your beer taste like lemon. So I prefer no fruit.
No fruit?
At all.
My dad always says if you gotta put fruit in a beer, it's not good beer.
Right. I think I'd like your dad.
Well, he makes good beer.
That's a good wheat. That's a very good wheat.
That's what we wanted to offer, something that didn't have the hops. It's got a little more alcohol than our blonde, but it's still, a light, easy drinking beer.
The freshness, the crispness, you can taste the hops a lot better.
Mark closes things out with the Stout. Now you got to impress an Irishman from Texas with a stout.
Oh,
A stout Irishman from Texas with a stout.
this is our Speckled Trout Stout.
I like the name. Very different for a stout.
Yeah.
It's good. Lots of flavors going on in that one. It's a good thing you can walk back to your hotel on the island.
Right.
That's amazing. Thank you, Mark.
You're very welcome.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for stopping by, Shane.
Hey, well worth a stop.
Thanks, man.